The Uneven Shadow. Chapter 1. The Intruder. As I stepped into my childhood home, the familiar scent of freshly baked cookies and old books enveloped me, a comforting welcome back to the place where life had once been simpler. Before college, before the world became overwhelming with responsibilities and the pursuit of adulthood. A nagging sense of unease lingered at the edge of consciousness as I set down my duffel bag on the worn oak floorboards. It had been months since I'd returned home for summer break, seeking solace from the ghosts that haunted my dreams and classes. The town was quiet, a change from the pulsing rhythm of campus life, where every footstep seemed to echo with unspoken expectations. Little did I know, a new kind of presence awaited me in these familiar halls. Stepping into my room, something caught my attention, an anomaly that shouldn't have been there. A shadowy form, squatting near the window, cloaked under shadows that seemed darker than any ordinary twilight. It was irregularly shaped and appeared to shift, morphing from a hunched silhouette to a flowing tendril of smoke in mere heartbeats. My mind reeled as I approached cautiously, fingers tracing my name etched into the headboard of the bed frame, where no shadow had ever dared venture before. The shape began to move closer, its presence seeming to draw near, filling the room with an unsettling chill. I blinked twice. It vanished. Confusion wrestled with my racing pulse as I rubbed tired eyes. It wasn't just fatigue. An odd sensation crept up my spine, like a spider's crawling ascent. Shadows on walls have no life of their own, do they? I reached for the lamp switch, but my hand hesitated, the light spilling forth, revealing nothing out of the ordinary. Yet, when I turned to glance again, there it was, now by the corner. It stretched like a dark tendril, sinuous and inhumanly long, curling around the dresser's legs. A chill crept into my bones. This was real. Something twisted had invaded my sanctuary. With shaking hands, I flicked on the light, and the shadow dissipated as if it were smoke caught in the glare of daybreak. Yet memory played tricks, or so I told myself. For when I averted my gaze and glanced back, that twisting form reappeared near the closet door. Intrigue wrestled with fear. Curiosity piqued. I approached cautiously, heart thumping against ribs. As I peered into its depths, an icy breath brushed my neck, sending shivers down my spine. It wasn't just darkness. It had a presence, a watchful quality that made my skin crawl. The shape coalesced into something resembling a human figure. Its formless mass solidified enough to reveal a face. Pale skin, sunken eyes that stared back with an ancient malevolence I couldn't fathom. Our gazes clashed as it raised its head, an ethereal voice whispering my name on the wind. Lila, my breath hitched, and I backed away slowly, slamming the door shut behind me. Days passed. The shadow's appearances became more frequent. It would glide along walls at nightfall, watching from the corner of my eye like a silent guardian or a predator waiting for its moment to pounce. At first, each sighting left me drenched in sweat and confusion. I rationalized it as exhaustion playing tricks on an already frayed mind, but the images lingered. Shadowy tendrils curling around furniture, dark wisps dancing along the wall like a living entity. It moved with an unnatural fluidity, unnerving with its silent awareness of my movements. Nights became restless, and days a frantic search for explanations, scouring the internet for any mention of shadow people or entities that might explain this invasion. Every page yielded nothing concrete. Desperation led me to the attic I hadn't visited since childhood. Dusty trunks, forgotten memories in the form of yellowed photographs and faded letters. My fingers combed through a photograph album, each image a snapshot of life before I was born. A faceless figure with an elongated head stared back at me from one frame. Unnaturally pale skin, hollow eyes. Lila, my given name, long forgotten in modern conversations, but still resonant within these walls. My mother had spoken of the old stories often, about our foremothers being caretakers of a mystical balance between worlds. The tales felt like fairy tales now, distant myths whispered to children by a fire. However, this shadow was no storybook character. It watched me from the corner, waiting as I unboxed an heirloom trunk, dust swirling around my head. A photo slipped out, crinkling beneath my fingertips. The man in it looked familiar, like someone I'd never known, yet his features stirred something deep within, a sense of belonging that bordered on recognition. His eyes, those accursed pale orbs, held secrets beyond time. I recognized the smile, though, a twisted smirk that would one day adorn my father's lips during family gatherings. The shadow moved closer, as if beckoning me towards the trunk where an old journal lay, pages stained by time and rain. Unearthing it revealed cryptic writings on tenebrous matters and ancient rituals. Shadows were never meant to exist without light. They were meant to serve a purpose. My gaze roamed back to that attic room, the figure still watching from its corner perch. Shadows shouldn't be able to move or feel. I closed my eyes, hoping for sanity when I opened them again. It was there, closer. A connection tickled at the edges of memory, drawing me closer to an unsettling truth about this household. The line between reality blurred as whispers of a forgotten lineage echoed within my mind, of our family's role in shadow manipulation, binding entities from realms beyond. Each page revealed more than I dared imagine, how ancestors had practiced the art without knowing what they'd unleashed. The figure began descending, closer with each passing night, those haunting eyes glued to mine. It had a name, Jathik. In this cryptic tome, I read of their role in sealing breaches between worlds. Now, I sensed it was unsealing one. Chapter 2. The Forgotten Memories. Chapter 2. Secrets and Echoes. Chapter 3. The Uneven Mirror. To be continued.